As the race for the 2027 presidential election begins, coalitions have been formed as the opposition aligns to oust the present administration. We'll also hear from ASU as the dispute claims that Nigerian universities are badly run. This is Standpoint. I am Precious Amayu. Now, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party in 2023, Atiku Abubakar, on 20th March, announced the formation of a coalition of opposition political figures to unseat President Tinubu in 2027. Mr. Atiku announced the coalition at a joint press conference by concerned leaders and political stakeholders in Nigeria on the unconstitutional declaration, according to them, of a state of emergency in Rivers State. Besides Mr. Atiku, other politicians championing the coalition include former Anambra State Governor and 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, former Governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasiru El-Rufai, former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Babachir Lawal, and a former National Vice Chairman Northwest of the All Progressives Congress, Salihu Lukman. A Labour Party Chieftain Callistus Okafor joins me to discuss how opposition affects governance in Nigeria and then the planned coalition. He joins me from our Abuja studio. Good to have you join us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let me just start with, the opposition so far before we even get to the talk about a coalition party. What do you make of the viability of opposition parties in Nigeria since President Bola Ahmed took office?
Thank you very much for having me once again. For me, opposition is, all of us as oppositions, what we're concerned is all about power. But what I understand oppositions to be is the government in power do something good, you commend them. When they do something right, you give them constructive criticisms. And when you criticize them, you bring solution. Oh, the government did this thing wrongly. They could have done it this way, this way, this way. Going forward, this is what you think the government will do. Because at this point, there is no position anybody is vying for. We are talking about Nigeria, our motherland, which all of us supposed to work in hand with the government in power, as long as the person has been sworn in. To make it good for the betterment of all of us and our unborn children. But this time, no. Even after a government or a president is sworn in, what we're interested is to do everything to sabotage what the president or the government is doing, just to get the masses, to get the electorates to our side. But for me, this is not right. This is not right. When you get to the time of election, you can tell anything to the masses. But when it's not the time of election, is it everybody should put all their hands on deck to see that the government is doing very well. That the government in power fulfill the promises they made to the masses. That is for me. So opposition is no longer opposition. When oppositions will put the government on toes. Opposition this time is how do we take over power? What shall we do to sabotage the government? What is it that we can do to make sure that people hate the government? People talk about the bad and ill of the government. This is what opposition is all about now.
Mr. Okafor, you're a member of the Labour Party, and when you say that opposition so far has done nothing more than trying to sabotage the present administration, you know that you're also pointing fingers at your own party.
That's exactly still my point. When I was in Labour, when I, as a fractional national chairman of Labour Party then, whenever I'm talking, I keep on talking about this, what is happening now. If you recall, in one or two occasions, I said that there is a gang up. There is a gang up going on, coalition. They want to emerge in order to fight against the government. I was crying out then, but people saw it that, oh, he's fighting for position. He's fighting for his seat. You know, so, but this thing is not all about fighting for a seat. I'm a Nigerian. A friend of mine, whenever he's talking, he said, I am a 24-karat Igbo man. Being a 24-karat Igbo man, I'm a 24-karat Nigerian. My primary priority is, how will Nigeria be better? I have lived in Western world for many years and see how things are being done. So all this major coalition is good. Yes. It will put the government in power on their toes. It will make them to do the right thing. It will make them to fulfill the promises they made to the masses. That is nice. But my point here is doing it the right way. Doing it without sabotaging the government in power, without sabotaging the good work the government is doing.
Mr. Okafor, when you say sabotage the government in power, what exactly does that mean?
Okay, take for instance, maybe I didn't use the right word, but let me take for instance. If you recall, if you go to social media, you will see people criticizing Nelson Wike. I'm not talking about the River State issue. I'm talking about FCT, where he's a minister. You see, why? He's not doing anything. What is he doing? No. Well, after all, the bridges he's working on are the bridges that some people has started, and he's completing it. So they're bad-mouthing the government, bad-mouthing the right thing the government is doing, trying to do everything for people not to see the right thing the government is doing. That's my point. But you can see the same government, the same FCT government, the same FCT minister. If you look at the bridges he has done now, the one he constructed himself, start from the beginning to the end, is outnumbering the one he has done before. I mean, he has completed that other people started. Our problem, that is my point, and that's one of the things I will be talking about here. Continuity. Continuity. One of the things we like in this country is continuity. Everybody wants to come and start his own. When a government, or you sit on a government, or after election, you win. At that point, you become the government. You become the leader, the president of that country. You need to continue from where others stop. That is the best thing of this government. We have seen before where people start a project. Another government will come and abandon that one and start its own. But look at what this government is doing. When they came first, they start from what others started and could not finish. They had to finish it. While they're finishing it, they're doing their own. This is my point. So now, bad-mouthing government, making sure that you criticize that they're not even doing anything. Even when other government could not finish it, and you see them doing it, try to complete it, you are still bad-mouthing them. If you try to do everything, when I use the word also sabotage, there are so many things I don't have to say here. All of us know what we're doing. Politicians, desperate politicians, can do anything to sabotage a government in power. Do everything to make sure that government in power, when the government is doing it this way, they do some other ways to make sure that they sabotage them. So that's not a news. It will not come from my mouth. But my point here is that coalition is good. Merger is good. After all, if you recall, APC in power today at a point came together and merged with one or two, with CPC, all right, and some other individuals. They merged together and came to where they are today. That is beautiful. My point always is this: you can go into coalition. You can bring people of like minds. You can bring people that believe that the government is not doing very well. All of you can come together to work to give us the best, but not either to sabotage or to work against the government. That's my point.
So what you think that this particular coalition, what they're doing is to work against the government. But when you look at, the individuals in this coalition, how powerful do you think that this coalition, what do you think is the potential of this coalition party?
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I want to start by the person or the APC. They are coming in coalition to fight. You see, we are talking about, let me start from Mr. President. Let me leave APC to this. Let me start from Mr. President. We are talking about a personality that have built a human capital years before now. A president that has made people. A man who came out in 2023 and said to the world, "This is my turn." At that point, he's not a president. And he stood, and you see people in the primaries. Let me start from the APC primaries. You see where this one will come out. I decline. I'm resigning and stepping down for Mr. President. For Senator Tinubu. I'm stepping down for Senator Tinubu. What you will be hearing that day is, I'm stepping down for Senator Tinubu. I'm stepping down for Senator Tinubu. I'm stepping down for Senator Tinubu. At the end of the day, he emerged as the candidate of All Progressive Party. Now, you ask yourself, in this coalition, all the people that's talking about this coalition, they are powerful. They are good people. They are wonderful Nigerians. They are excellent Nigerians. But I don't see where history has it that any of them has built a human capital. Any of them can both say that I made this man, I made that man, I made that man. Nobody. And again, I want to say
even the former vice president.
Anyway, like I said, me as a person, I have not read anywhere where they say I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can say that any of these people, he's the one that made these people politically. But we're talking about someone who has made men uncountable, who are still making men uncountable. You see, being a big man is not how much you have. Being a powerful Nigerian is not how much you have. It's not which position you have been in the past. For me, being a man, being a rich man, being a wealthy man, being a powerful Nigerian is how many people you have made. At your back, who and who can stand at your back to say the same thing they say at your back, stay before you to say the same thing they say at your back. That's what I'm talking about.
And I understand you, Mr. Okafor, but let's also look at this in terms of numbers. When you look at the 2023 election, the difference in terms of the number of votes scored by the three main, or even apart from maybe Kwankwaso, who was a distant fourth, but the first three candidates, I mean, when you look at the difference in number of votes, it wasn't so much. And then to have two of them now come together with their own supporters, and let's not forget the mass movement of the obedient group. And so all coming together, and then you have someone like an El-Rufai also joining that coalition. You don't think that that's a very powerful coalition that could be a threat to the APC?
Yes. You and I may think it's threat. But you see, politics does not work that way. An Igbo man says, "Miri bara nite ada potasancha." What does it mean? When you fill a pot and you want to turn the water back to another pot, you can see the level or the size of the water you have turned is lesser than the one from the one you are turning it. It's an adage. It's an Igbo adage. I want to let you know now. You want to tell me that all the people that followed any of them, they are all together. Just like you see, El-Rufai was in APC, now he's in PDP. I mean, he's in this coalition, according to what we see, the SDP. So now you can see, I'm telling you that so many Nigerians, as we speak today, the number that follow these two people If you bring them together, it may be one number that were with one person before. This is politics. I want to also let you know, take for instance at that point, people were saying Mr. President was, according to what we saw, was sick. Everybody was thinking, oh, he can't rule Nigeria when he's sick. Everybody was referring to Yaradua, the late Yaradua. It was referring to the former president, this and that and that and that. We're talking about a man who is even more headier than you and I today. You can see the number of people who were not supporting him then because he was sick is today are for him. Politics does not work that way. Even if all of them, if you ask me, when all of them come together, I'm telling you that, if you ask me, but everybody has to go and try, but if you ask me, I would say, please, don't waste your money. Let's wait for 2031. Because 2027 is, if you ask me, it's already, I don't see anybody contesting it. I don't see coalition on sitting the present government. No, I don't see it. It's me. Remember that everything I'm saying is my thinking and my belief based on what I have seen, based the policy that Mr. President has put on the ground, based on things I've seen he has done, and what I see. You see, the big men, they don't hear anything. The people that hear things are people on the street.
All right, so I hope you are not referring to yourself as one of those on the street, because a lot of Nigerians will also see you as one of the big men, Mr. Okafor. I wanted to ask you about your party, Labour Party, because one of the things, this is a coalition and not a merger, which means that every party within this coalition, that's the SDP, the PDP, and then the Labour Party, also still stands independent. I mean, are you concerned about a clash of ideologies? You are in the Labour Party. How do you think, your party, or do you see your party working without any rancor with, a PDP or SDP?
Please, I'm hearing two voices. I can't hear you clearly, honestly. Please, can you repeat what you said again? Because there's another voice
talking to you about asking you, whether you see your party working without any clash or clashes between the PDP and the SDP, which are part of this coalition, considering that it is a coalition and not a merger, which means that all parties are still, independent.
Honestly, I won't talk much about Labour Party now, because with the moment the court pronounced Julius Abure the national chairman, I said it everywhere that I'm no more going to court. I am no more fighting. I think as a good Nigerian, when you fight and see that the law is saying different thing, whether it is right or wrong, I'm a good citizen. I'm a good Nigerian that believe in the rule of law. I gave up. Since then, if I tell you I've been following the activities of Labour Party, I'm lying. That is the truth. I still remain in the corridor of politics. I still follow politics. I'm still looking at what next to do. But following Labour Party, I can't say anything. That is for the leadership of Julius Abure. Julius Abure, as a national chairman of Labour Party, has the right with his National Working Committee, National Executive Council, to decide what they want to do. So I can't speak for them. But all I'm trying to say is this. If you recall, sometime we read in the social media.
Mr. Okafor, I will let you continue, but I just wanted to ask you because, and I know that Julius Abure is the national chairman of the party, but the Labour Party that you know in terms of ideology, do those ideologies align with that of the PDP and the SDP? Or do you think that, perhaps there would be a clash of ideologies?
Yes, there will be a clash of ideology, because the Labour Party I know is different from the Labour Party even that is standing now. That's the truth. The Labour Party I started with, the Labour Party that Dan Wanyan, the former national chairman of Labour Party, that handed over to A.S. Salam and getting to this where we are today, they are different. The ideology, don't forget, Nigerian Labour Congress formed this party. They formed it for the betterment of Nigerian workers. You know, they formed this party to be the party of the common man. A party that will speak for a common man, the commonest person on the street. But that is not what it is today. It is like every other party. It's a money-making machine party. It's no longer that. I won't be surprised if they join. I won't be surprised. That is the truth. So, but like I said, the decision is about the Labour Party lies on the leadership of Julius Abure. I can't speak about it. I can't speak about it at all because I am not in. But if you ask me, if I were to be the national chairman of Labour Party today, I won't join. That's the truth. Join for what?
And that's the question I was going to ask you, Mr. Okafor. Do you think that every member of Labour Party would join this coalition, considering that there are internal squabbles within the Labour Party? Even the PDP also has internal squabbles. Do you think that you're going to have, I mean, they will be able to pull every member of the Labour Party into this coalition?
You have come back to my adage. I told you that a pot of water that full, you want to turn it over this side. That it can never give you the same size. I made that statement before. I'm happy you have recognized that there is a lot of trouble in PDP. There's a lot of trouble in Labour Party. Now, let me tell you. You talk about the movement of this, the movement of that. There are many movements that is coming together now for Asiwaju, for Mr. President. There are a lot of movements. I'm telling you that the lot of movements we are hearing out there today we outnumber the movement you see in 2023. I give you my word. Take it as an open check that you can write anything and it's real. The people from PDP that are going for this coalition, how many people are following them? PDP is of many fractions. Now we talk about Labour Party. You remember that Callistus Okafor, if you recall, I was National Vice Chairman Southeast, Deputy National Chairman South. Abure was under me. And as a Deputy National Chairman, I was supposed to take over. Do you think Abure has followers than me? No. Abure was from state secretary to an acting, for state national secretary, acting national secretary, and all of them become a national chairman. Only God can judge that one. But what I'm trying to say is that me as a person, I am also a force to reckon with when it comes to politics, when it comes to Labour Party. I am a force. You remember, I am the authentic national chairman. Labour Party structure.
So, Mr. Okafor, I need to put you on hold.
Party structure.
Mr. Okafor, allow me to put you on hold. We're going to take a break. When we return, I'll let you continue with that thought. I mean, watch his standpoint. We'll take a break now and return with our conversation with Mr. Okafor. Stay with us.
The Inspector General of Police has met with senior officers to review the state of security.
We are continuing our coverage of the arrest of Godwin Emefiele.
The Senate has summoned the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria to properly brief the Senate regarding the state of the economy.
What I will never take.
Let's now bring you more developments from Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, where an explosion happened.
Thanks for staying with us. You're watching Standpoint. We're speaking on matters arising, especially as it has to do with the proposed or a coalition party, or almost like some sort of coalition put together to unseat this current administration in 2027. We've been speaking with Mr. Callistus Okafor, who is a Labour Party chieftain. Thanks for staying with us. So you were speaking earlier on the internal squabble within the Labour Party, and if the Labour Party will be able to move all of its members, and how difficult that would be to move all of its members into this coalition.
Okay, like I said before, when you talk about now Labour Party, you talk about, I will always want you to address it, Abure group. Because when you talk about Labour Party, I am in. NLC is there. I don't know if you heard last week when NLC was talking about asking IG or police, the IG or police to get Abure arrested and this and that. There are a lot of trouble in Labour Party. That is the truth. There is a lot of trouble. So I don't know who they're taking. Maybe the National Working Committee and the National Executive Council will go on their own. If you recall, there are a lot of cases of Labour Party in the courts. There are a lot. So Labour Party as a name, as an entity, we move. If they want to, they will move. But they're moving as a Labour Party, in quote, name, but not with the members. Because my members from ward, local government, state, and national are intact. I will move them. They will either remain as a Labour Party waiting for next convention, or we can move to any other political party. So that's all I can say. But for me, I don't see Labour Party moving for coalition. Honestly speaking, it will lose its name. It will lose its ideology. It will lose what it stands for if they move to this coalition. I'm telling you the truth.
And another concern that has been raised is whether or how easy it would be on or before 2027 for the coalition to be able to pick a presidential candidate, considering that the two main figures, which is Atiku and Obi, have interest, and it doesn't seem like any one of them will step down for the other.
That's the first thing we have to consider. If you recall, one of the problems in PDP is the same thing. If you recall, Obi was His Excellency Peter Obi was there, and before that he left and came to Labour Party. So if all of them are coming back together, coming back together is not the problem. The problem is who become the flag bearer. Who? Will Atiku agree for His Excellency Peter Obi to become the flag bearer? I don't know. Only God knows. But if they decide to do the right thing, like what I call the right thing, this is the time or the slot for the South. So if they do is for South and they give it to His Excellency Peter Obi, that will be fine. I will see one thing they have done very well. Maybe someone else deputize him. I mean, be his vice president. That would be fine. But in all this, the truth of the matter still remains that this government, we should allow them to continue what they're doing. Let them finish it till 2021. Until then, every other person can come to fight again. That's what I can say.
But one of the major reasons for setting up a political party is to win elections. So when you say allow them to finish what they are doing, every party wants to win elections. So I mean, that's the reason again for setting up this coalition.
Okay, good. They should not allow him. They should go ahead. But I tell you, this government, considering what they have done and what they are doing, it didn't come easy. They didn't find it easy. It has not been easy with them. But today, we all of us, okay, last 4 months, 5 months, tomato, they put 1,000. 3 pieces. Onion, 500 naira. 1 onion, 500 naira. But today, What is happening? As of that time, rice, a bag of rice, 100 and something thousand. Today, rice is 7,000. It's still coming down. Things are still coming down. You don't build, a Rome was not built in a day. It's gradually. Government is it's a gradual process. You must not get it in one day, and which is what this government is doing. All I'm trying to say is that everybody has the right to contest. It's a right of everybody. Me, I can even come that day and go and contest. Everybody has the right to contest. But what am I saying? You are contesting with a man that has shown capacity. A man that has shown, yes, every promise I made to these people, to my subject, to electorate, I'm going to keep them. So it will be hard. That is the truth. It will be hard. But, you know, politicians will always want to come. Also, they will also come so that everybody will remain relevant until 2031. So everybody has to contest to remain relevant. But the issue here is that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will still continue until 2021. By my calculations, by what I have seen, by 2031, by my calculations, that is the truth.
Mr. Okafor, when you say the prices have come down, all of those fluctuations from 170,000 to 75,000 happened within this administration, and it's nothing compared to what it was before, which was way lower. So when you say prices have come down, I mean, it's not the same as it was before, and that's what a lot of Nigerians are saying. It is higher compared to where we are coming from as a country, and that's what Nigerians are saying. And so it's not necessary that it has come down. It is where are we coming from and where are we now?
I don't know which Nigeria you belong to. If you belong to this one I belong to, then I will ask you, this inflation is everywhere in the world, not Nigeria alone. I want to correct this impression. It's everywhere in the world. The war, even in Russia and Ukraine, is contributing to what is happening here. Everywhere in the world. Look at what is happening everywhere. In America, inflation everywhere. It's not only in Nigeria. We're getting all this wrong when we're getting... Okay, take for instance, how much flight ticket to London? I woke up one morning, I buy my ticket to London at maybe 250 2 years ago. Right? Is it Nigeria that cost British Airways to 1 million, 1.2 2 million? Is it Nigeria? No. Inflation is everywhere. This is a world issue, not only Nigeria. Yes, I can understand. Let me tell you, I am a Nigerian. I live in Nigeria. I see what is happening here. But I want you also to believe me. Government in power, how old are they? How old is this government? How old? So are you telling me that this government in power is the one that made dollar to come to 1,000? Made dollar to come to 1,002? Yes, when they came in because of removal of subsidy, everything. Wow. But I'm telling you that as we speak, you can see their policies. That's the reason why they remove subsidy. It's gradually. It's not a dead thing. It's a gradual process. That's my point. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Mr. Okafor, let me ask you, are you still a member of the Labour Party? Because you said earlier, first of all, from the way you are defending his administration, even though you are in another party. And then you also said earlier that you have gone silent. You are still a member of the party, but you are consulting. The minute you hear politicians say that, they already have one foot, out of the door. Are you still a member of the Labour Party?
Of course. Why would you say that? It's because I'm laying my view. I am a bona fide member of Labour Party, card carrier. Let me tell you, not all who call themselves members of Labour Party are members of Labour Party. What in our constitution? What is criteria to be a member of Labour Party? The criteria number 1 is to be a financial member. When you don't pay your dues, you're not a member. You will be carrying play card everywhere playing. You're not a member of the Labour Party. A member of the Labour Party is the man whose dues are up to date. My dues is till 2030. Yes. So I am a member of Labour Party. Until I come up openly and tell you that I'm no longer a member of Labour Party, until then, as we speak, I am a member of Labour Party. I'm only one. The only difference here is that I can't work under Abure, no, and for that reason, I'm out there. But all I'm trying to say that if everybody would behave like Callistus Okafor, irrespective of your party affiliation, the moment there is nothing to contest, as we speak, nothing to contest, let us support the government.
Mr. Okafor, being out there is a very ambiguous word. What do you mean you are out there? Is there any prospect of you defecting? Because it looks like you seem to be on the side of the APC. Are you going to defect to the APC?
Journalists, you guys ask too much questions. I told you that as I am a member of Labour Party.
But you also said that you are out there.
Yes, because I am not, you know me as the fractional national chairman. Nobody pushed me away. I'm a Nigerian that doesn't want to go against the rule of law. The last judgment has pronounced Abure as the national chairman. And I had to walk out. That's what I mean. So I am out. I am no longer that fractional national chairman you have been talking to before now, because I had to obey the rule of law. In as much as I disagree, but the law has said so. So I have to step down. So I am out there. I'm no longer in. The body that I in now is a team of Julius Abure. That is what I meant. Julius Abure is the national chairman. Julius Abure is under his leadership, National Working Committee, National Executive Council has the powers to take decisions. That's what I meant. So I am just a member, a floor member of Labour Party who has the right to say, this is what I think and this is what I feel that should be done. So for me, all I'm trying to say is, at this point, it's not all about political party, but it's all about Nigeria, all about our mother's land, all about the future of our unborn children. That's what I'm talking about. So we should, anytime a government is in power, we should rally round to be a good Nigerians, to help the government to succeed before someone else. You remember, this government cannot be there forever. They have only 4 years or 8 years at most. They will come down. Someone else will go in. So when someone elects as a president, you know he has highest 8 years, support him. That's what I'm trying to say. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that somebody has no right to. If there is any reason why you should criticize government, my dear, it's your right. Criticize government in the right way. Then bring that solution. Say, oh, this thing government has done is for me is no. And believe that government would have done it this way, do it this way, this way. Let me tell you, we are talking about Nigeria. A good government will listen to the people, but all we see is criticisms, condemning the government, destroying the government, saying anything, even when they do something right, you are still destroying them. I'm saying it's our motherland. Let us be one Nigeria that will see right thing and applaud it. When you see a bad thing, you say, oh, it's wrong. That you are thinking it will go this way. It would have done this way. That's all I'm talking about. So I'm not saying that nobody should come up to fight for his right, to fight for, to become the president. No, that's not what I'm saying. But all I'm trying to say now is this. Don't worry. Coalition, the moment it comes together, you will see it. The problem would see hit them. Because there's this word people used to say, going to steal is not a problem. You see a group, they go to steal. It's not a problem. Sharing formula is always a problem. When you get to who gets what, who becomes what, another problem will come. And when that comes, you see, people will still decamp. But all this movement, I said it before, the movement that's coming up now, the movement that is coming up now for Mr. President, we outshine every other movement you have heard in the past. We have had,
but Mr. Okafor, to have someone like an El-Rufai who has been a member of the APC since its inception and does understand the tactics and the strategies of the APC, isn't that also a plus for this coalition?
Okay. I always ask myself, what is the reason of this person's disagreement? Why? Why did he left? If I go by what I say in social media, if I go, remember, I don't know anything. I say, if I go by the things I see in social media, this is a man who is saying, Mr. President promised me this. This is the ministerial position he promised me. He did that. It can see it's all about self-interest. It's all about who I want to, what I have been promised, and they did not give me. When Nigeria becomes selfless, when our leaders become selfless, this is when Nigeria will become better. And let me tell you, if I am a president today, I will not put those who will not be loyal to me. I will go to my hometown, Ihiala, Anambra State. I will start picking all the people that will be loyal to me and make my government move forward. That is the truth. It's not who you pick or who you're working with. It's when you work with the loyalists, who you ask, do this, they do it, the one you ask them to do it. Your government will move. When you bring these loyalist people, people who are more ambitious than you, people who will see something that will happen to you now and allow it to happen to you so that they can climb. Such people, you don't bring them together. You don't bring them closer to you. El-Rufai is a good man. Oh, he's this, he's that. But let me tell you, had he been, I did not hear in the social media, he's talking about, Mr. President promised me this, promised me that office. His anger is because Mr. President did not give him what he promised him. And that is the problem. That's why Nigerians will suffer. Had he been, Mr. President has given him the minister of FCT or the minister of whichever minister, you will see, El-Rufai will still be on the board. And I want to let you know, people like me, I don't respect people who are disloyal. No, I don't. I respect people who are loyal to their masters. I have served masters. I served Danwayan. I was 100% loyal, not 99.99. I served the late A.S. Salam. I was 100% loyal. I know what loyalty is all about. If Julius Abure was loyal to me, we won't fight today. So disloyalty is what anybody cannot condone. For me, disloyalty is what is causing problem in a River State. All I'm trying to say here is this: El-Rufai and co, when all of them they are coming together to become one and to fight, my wishes to them is I wish him good luck. But all I'm trying to say is that we are fighting a man who says when he was not president, he was not senator, he was not governor, and say, this is my turn. Before this man made this statement, he know people who stood by him. He know people he has made and he put in the right and strategic places. It's only a man who is proud of himself. A man who knows himself, who believes in himself, that can
Mr. Okafor, we do have to leave it there. Obviously, the politicking for or ahead of 2027 election has started. We will continue to monitor and see how things go. Pleasure speaking with you, Labour Party Chieftain Callistus Okafor.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's take a break, and when